Everybody doing? Great.
After going through the injury you had early this year, knowing what Rashad's been through, what does it mean to see him come out and have a game like he did today, spearheading your offense?
Yeah, I thought that was great by Rashad Penny. I thought he had an amazing game. He kept battling. He's had a really great couple of weeks. He's really put in the work at practice. It shows. And, anytime you go through injuries the way he's gone through and the battles and obstacles he's faced, this the ability to overcome those is what's really amazing. And just to be able to come back stronger the way he has. And so that was really great to see. And we all felt great for him. What was also great, too, just watching our offensive line, dominate the line of scrimmage. They were dominating the line of scrimmage in the run game and the pass game. They did a tremendous job, and we just stayed the course.
Well, you've got to feel like now, with the 2-game winning streak, you guys are building momentum, and you could finish this out and win the last 4 as well.
Well, what's important is the next moment, the next game, and just staying focused on the next opportunity, the next play. The next play is the most important one. The next game is the most important one. That's all that really matters.
Also, kind of a two-part question. One, how special was it to see Justin Brett? And two, when asked about you, he said he loves the guy, you're like a big brother to him, and he cherishes your friendship.
Yeah, well, first of all, Justin Britt has been an all-time classic player for us. He was a guy that gave everything, every day, every moment, and I thought to see him today was really cool. It gave me chills a little bit just because I know how much he dedicated to the Seahawks. I know how much he dedicated to me and just our football team. And but he's a tremendous football player, and he looks great out there. I mean, he's making plays all day, but he just to see him, I was asking about his family and everything else, and miss his family. So he's a great friend. He's a good soul. He does a lot for the community that he's in and wherever that is. And he's always been about others and always been about his teammates and giving everything that he's had. So I love that about Justin Britt, and I love him as a teammate. I love him as a football player, but also I love him as a friend.
So you went up against a defense that recorded like 11 interceptions over the last 3 or 4 games. What are some of the things that you saw within the secondary that allowed you to play such a clean game?
Yeah, well, I thought their secondary was really, really talented. They made a lot of great plays. They've been making, they had 14 interceptions this year. That's a big deal, just knowing that. And but we didn't play scared. We took advantage of our opportunities. We took some shots down the field. Tyler had some sweet catches on the sidelines. Just in tight quarters, tight areas. Third down, we were great. We executed the plays that we needed to execute. I moved around a little bit when I needed to. That was huge. But I thought that our receivers and our tight ends did a tremendous job. Obviously, Tyler had a special night. And then DK had some sweet plays where he stiffed armed some guys and made some great plays too as well. And everybody touched the football in a huge way.
You mentioned Tyler and some of the catches on the sideline. I mean, he's been doing that for so long now. Does it ever surprise you, the type of plays he can make?
No, I mean, nothing Tyler Lockett does surprises me, man. Our man of the year, our guy, he does everything right. He approaches the game with everything that he has, and just his ability to maneuver his body. And for me, one of the first third downs of the game, one down the sideline to him and just took a shot to him, put it over the top of the defender Mitchell's hands, and Tyler just was able to put his hands up and just catch it, boom, 1-2. I mean, those are the kind of plays that makes him so special. Obviously, the touchdowns and things he does too, but just his craftiness is amazing.
What did you see on that? What did you see on the 54-yard touchdown pass to him? Because that was a play where you could have eaten all the time on the clock. You've done that so well, but you must have seen something.
Yeah, there was a huge opportunity for us. Obviously, their defense has been playing great all year. We got the ball back. Our defense did a tremendous job getting the ball back, so that way we would have the ball with 1:05 on the clock. And then, kind of dropped back, kind of maneuvered, kind of got away from 2 guys, got slid to the right, and Tyler was, chugging along downfield, and just gave him a shot down the field to make a huge play. And just the first play of the drive, that was awesome just to see Tyler make that great play.
That was a breakoff route, right? That wasn't his original.
Second.
That wasn't his original path. That was after you scrambled.
Well, maybe in the original. I don't know. We'll see.
The Lance Allworth. Who would you describe he's most like in NFL?
Tyler Lockett? Man, that's a good question. Lance is a good one. I think that I don't think there's anybody like Tyler Lockett. I think Tyler Lockett's his own man. I think he's a guy that's creating opportunities for guys all over the world, and I think his ability to, he's a smaller player, but he plays big. He's able to catch everything, able to be in the slot, able to play outside. I think that Tyler Lockett will be one of those guys that will be forever remembered. In my opinion, I think he's had a Hall of Fame type career. And just how he's approached it, and I don't think people talk enough about him and what he's been able to do. So it's been a tremendous honor to be able to play, with such great players over my career. But Tyler's one of those guys that connection is really remarkable. We work at it every day. He spends extra time watching film with me. We do extra work. We talk about it. We get up early in the mornings, and and that's really been showing up. And just he's worked at his craft. And I think that not to mention, what's even better about the man is that he's our man of the year. A guy who's worked his butt off in the community, done so many amazing things back home, obviously in Seattle as well. He's just a good soul, good soul. And I always say you think he's a great football player, wait till you read his books and everything else that he's going to do in his life.
Russ, you talk about your improvisation like a good jazz master or Miles Davis. What do you think you are now?
Well, my dad would love that reference of Miles Davis and being able to make things happen. I think that for me, I always try to read out the play how it's supposed to happen, and then next thing you know, it's time to try to make some magic and see what we can do. And I think that just over my career, I think just to be able to feel where people are, where they were, where they're not anymore, to be able to understand how the game kind of is it's a beautiful but yet chaotic puzzle piece. And I think that you have to be able to have amazing minds, amazing ability of guys around you to be able to do that too. And that's what we have. We have really talented guys that can get open and make plays, and the line, it takes them battling and just giving me another little split second, another little chance, and that's what they do a great job of, and they did that tonight.
After the game, you got a chance to interact with a lot of Seahawks fans that was in there. How good does it feel to be on the road and still have that type of support?
Yeah, the Seahawks fans are the best in the world. I mean, just the energy, just to have our fans come all the way from Seattle, all over the country, all over the world, just to be here with us. It was really special. I got to see some fans pre-game, and then obviously after the game to run around the stadium and just give everybody a little bit of love, just because the energy was great today.
What do you feel like these last 2 weeks have been for you guys getting these 2 wins, kind of getting back on track?
I think the last 2 weeks has just been us executing. I mean, we've picked up the tempo a little bit. We've been able to make some plays. We've been really good on third downs in key situations. Obviously, playing the 49ers last week was, a tough NFC West battle, physical game, really physical game. To be able to, overcome that physicality of that game, to win that game, and then to be able to come to this game and know that it's going to be another, tough-nosed type football game. And they've been playing well. They've been making a lot of plays on the defensive side for them. And to be able to make that a kind of a non-problem for us, and just really to be able to execute on offense and score touchdowns was really key. And we had another one to DK too. That could have been cool. So, I thought there's some things out there we could have done a little bit better, but I think we're staying the course. Now we're believing in each other, and there's a lot more football left, and we just got to keep playing one game at a time, one play at a time.
I think of Jake getting his first start at right tackle. And
yeah, I thought Jake did a great job just holding down that right side and just battling. And one thing about Jake, and we've talked about this, me and him, is just he's going to give me everything and vice versa. He's going to keep battling. He did a tremendous job. He had a great, we knew that he was going to be a really good player for us just because we saw him in preseason, and saw him in training camp. He did a great job. So he's one thing about Jake, he's super confident. And that's what you love about him. He's really confident.
What type of advice would you offer to Texas rookie quarterback Davis Mills?
Yeah, I think that it's a long journey. Every day is a long journey. You come in every day, with the right approach. You come in every day with the right mentality. You love the game. You love the process more than the end result. I think that's the best thing you can do, is give yourself the best chance possible to be successful.
When Tyler came in, he talked about his deep faith, and I know you have a very deep faith too. How much has that helped you through what you've gone through this season?
Yeah, I think, faith is everything to me. It's the first thing. I think that every day I wake up, I'm grateful that God's given me the opportunity just to do what I get to do, and to be able to impact people, and to hopefully be able to inspire somebody else and give somebody else a chance, not just in football, but just in life, and have a little bit of hope. I think that, for me, I think that just Jesus has just given me another opportunity to play the game, and every time I get to glorify, it's another opportunity to glorify Him and just praise, and just that's what this game is to me, and then also too to be able to do it with my teammates, and we have a really tight-knit group, and guys who are working their butts off every day.
There were some pretty impressive offensive numbers, including total yards today, rushing yards, and 0 sacks. What do the numbers mean?
Yeah, I think that means we're playing efficient football. We were able to run the ball. We had a great balance in that sense. We also were able to throw the ball around the field pretty good, and I thought the line did a great job just battling. And when things weren't there, I threw some away, but just we stayed. We knew that they were really good with the football, meaning their defense. They could attack the football, and so you want to give them any real chances at it. We took some chances down the field for sure, and we hit them when we needed to, and that was key for us.
Question about that 2-point conversion. What did you see there? How much tougher is it in those situations to play that scramble ball when you've got that chaos in such a tight area?
Well, I think that in those situations, the 2-point conversion, in any situation down there, really, just, if it's not there right away, just try to keep the play alive and try to move a little bit. And, our line did a great job of giving me enough time. And then, one of the guys came around the edge, and I just kind of moved away from him a little bit. And, guys were all crisscrossed and everything else, and kind of no-looked it, and then kind of, try to throw a bullet in there to Tyler. He made a great play, So that was an awesome play by Tyler to be able to come down with it.
Penny had the nice game last week, too, which included the pretty big blitz pick up there. What did that play mean to you, the way he sold out for that?
Yeah, like I mentioned earlier, I think that what he's been doing in practice has been showing up in the game, and I think that his consistency of that has been really awesome to see. He's building that confidence up every day, and just to be able to make that block last week against a really good 49ers team, to be able to cut off that edge so I could slide to the left and hit the deep cross, that was huge. And then for him to have an early nice big run there for a touchdown, that was awesome. And I think everybody's just coming together. We're really catching our groove, and we just got to stay the course.
Anything else, guys?
Thank you, guys. Go Hawks.
Thank you.
Appreciate y'all.